James Earl Jones, the man who went from a mute childhood to becoming one of the most feared voices in cinema, passed away on September 9th, 2024. He was 93. But this video isn't about his death. It's about how a kid who couldn't speak found his way to the stage, the screen, and, of course, Darth Vader. We all know the voice. It's deep, commanding, instantly recognizable. But what most people don't realize is that for nearly 8 years, James Earl Jones didn't speak at all. A severe stutter locked him in silence, and Jones was mute from first grade through freshman year of high school because he gave up on talking. Jones himself said it best: "When you're mute that long, you become very curious about expressing yourself." He didn't have much choice but to stop speaking. The stutter was painful, especially when other kids would laugh at him trying to get a word out. By the time he reached high school, he was completely mute, literally not saying a word for almost 8 years. But silence didn't last forever. Jones wasn't cured of his stutter overnight. It took a push, specifically from a high school teacher. Jones had started writing poetry as a way to express himself. But this teacher didn't believe Jones had written it. The teacher challenged him to stand up in front of the class and recite the poem to prove he wasn't plagiarizing, and Jones did it. "As they were my own words, I got through it," he recalled. That moment was like a spark. Poetry led to speaking, and eventually, speaking led to acting. Jones didn't set out to become an actor right away. He tried his hand at farming, something he grew up doing. He was also a soldier. He even considered becoming a priest after converting to Catholicism. As he put it, "I was a farmer, not a bad farmer. I was a soldier, not a bad soldier." But none of those paths seemed right. It wasn't until acting came into the picture that things started to make sense. After some small roles and gigs, Jones made history in 1965 as one of the first African-American actors to land a continuous role in a daytime drama as the world turns. The ball was rolling, and soon he was performing on Broadway and building a serious career. And then came the role that changed everything, Darth Vader. By this time, Jones had already worked through his stutter, though he admitted it never fully went away. "I don't say I was cured, I just work with it," he said in an interview with NPR. That didn't stop him from becoming the booming voice of one of the most legendary villains in cinematic history. It's pretty wild to think about. A kid who couldn't speak becomes the voice of Darth Vader, a character known for his terrifying, commanding presence. That's a full circle moment if there ever was one. But Jones was never just the voice of Vader. His role as Mufasa in The Lion King made him a beloved figure for kids around the world. He continued acting well into his 80s, proving time and time again that he wasn't just a guy with a cool voice. He was a serious actor, winning 3 Emmys, 2 Tony Awards, and even an honorary Academy Award. Jones transformed what many saw as a weakness, his stutter, into his greatest strength. He took a struggle and turned it into something that would define him for generations. But more importantly, he just kept working. In the end, the man who almost never spoke became the voice everyone knew. That's James Earl Jones, and that's the story worth telling.
He told me you killed him.
No, I am your father.